authentically. This time we're having Musa. Yeah, so it's going to be quite different today. So this is how the screen is going to look like. We'll make it screen like this so that it's easier for other people as well. Okay, so waiting for him to join us and then we'll begin. So today is going to be about making use of your disadvantage to your own advantage. Okay. We're waiting for him to join us and then we're going to begin right away. Okay, let's see. Okay, perfect. Okay, now. Okay, so we're going to send him the link right away and then he would join us. Right. Okay. Okay. So sorry for the late. Okay. Very sorry about. Okay. Okay. Just a few minutes and then we're going to start. Okay. Hey, hi, bro. So we're waiting for our guest before we will begin straight up. So, just quickly going to give a brief introduction to who he is. And before he joins us, we're trying to get a good network where there's a good reception. So, he's a South African and then he lost his leg to cancer of the bone. So, his leg has to be removed. And he's a professional dancer, even with the fact that his legs removed. So, one of the reasons why I decided to actually send him a message to have him, it's because of the fact that there's so many challenges we have as humans, and and I believe that there is a way we should think to make things work for our good, irrespective of the fact that we think it's a disadvantage. So that's why it is called making use of a disadvantage to your own advantage. So I believe there's a mindset that we need to actually build to walk through life like that. So when you go into things, you know that it's not just the fact that you're disabled, but it's how you're able to make your disability to your own ability. So it's something like that. So yeah, that's it. That is it. And okay, just trying to wait for him while he joins us. Sorry about the network problem. Okay. 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 So let's see. Let's. Okay. Okay. Very good. So we have our guest now, and then we're going to begin right away. So let me set. Let me have him there. Okay. Very good. Okay.
Yeah, hello, bro.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, I think there's a delay in the network, so I think well, it's
Yeah,
good right now. It's good now. Yeah, thank you so much. I want to say thank you very much. First of all, I think my invitation. Really grateful. Really grateful. I don't know if you can hear me clearly.
yeah. I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So I think I read about you online, and I said, no, I needed to have this man live, and with the fact that you didn't have a full leg and you could still do perfectly well even as a dancer. When I was a child, I was a dancer actually, and I know how it feels like to really dance with just one leg. So I thought I should actually send you a message. And fortunately for me, you accepted my invitation. So thank you so much once again. So we're going to go straight to the point. Once you tell us about you and then how you all began, how you're able to scale through, and how you're standing now.
Um, okay, so I just like to introduce myself and then I tell you about what did get the last part.
I can't hear you clearly.
Okay, let me just see.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, this is better. Yeah, yeah, very well. Yeah.
I didn't hear the last part. I'm introducing myself and then.
Okay. Okay. So let me say that again. So I was like, share with us how you began, what when during this moment where you realized that your leg had taken off, how were you able to cope with all of those things, and how are you still standing now? What are the things you were doing this moment? What inspired you? What encouraged you during this moment?
Okay. Um, Hello, greetings to the viewers. Hello to you, and thank you, bro, for the invite. I'm really honored. And yeah, my name is Musa, all the way from South Africa. But I'm currently in the um, yeah, doing my work. Yeah, Musa is practically a guy from South Africa who grew up in a small town called Sebokeng. And yeah, I actually, I found out that, I have to go through an amputation because of cancer. It's a really long story, but to cut it short, I would say I got sick, and then I got like, that's where I got like medical attention, and then that's where it stopped, and I managed to get through it, through my belief, believing on possibilities. I think at the very end, I never thought of like giving up, and yeah, that's what kept me going, I guess. And I've been keeping that mindset ever since until today. I never thought of giving up. Instead of giving up, I'll try a new thing. I'll try to withdraw from the situation and then get like a new way of approaching the matter. Yeah, that's how I actually deal with stuff right now, and I think I'll always deal with this stuff like how I'm dealing with now because it's really working, you know. And I think I've answered your questions. No.
Okay. Okay, so the other question is this, yeah. So the topic is making use of your disadvantage to your advantage. How, in practical steps, and with just with your journey, how were you able to manage the depression stage? Were you ever depressed, if I would have? And at the same time, if you were depressed, how were you able to manage the stage where you felt overwhelmed? How do you manage all of the stages of your life?
Um. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I never had that type of moment in my life where I'm like,
Wow.
oh my God, I'm depressed now. Yeah. It's funny enough when every time like I get interviews, a lot of people are expecting me to say, "Oh my God, I was depressed," and this, but I'm sorry, I never had that moment. Uh, kind of like I think what the very first thing I'd say is that believing in myself, believing in possibilities, and adjusting to adjust the situation. Instead of giving up, as I've said before, I come up with new strategies to approach the matter. Instead of me saying, "Oh my God, this is the new me now. How am I gonna deal with how people look at me?" Instead, I take myself as a moving billboard. I'm a
Wow.
billboard, you know what I mean? You know, yeah, I guess like that's how I think. That's how I've been thinking all my life. I never had the breakdown. I never had. Yeah. Yeah. That's how my story is. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so the other question is, you
Yeah.
know, we're in Africa and somehow we're sort of in the same system, with the leadership, with the same, let's say, we deserve more. We feel that the leaders are government to do better for us. Now, those moments of your life where your leg has to be taken off, how were you able to manage the status of where you needed funds? How were you able to actually, how was the response of the government? Did you blame people? Did you feel like, oh no, they're not helping me? Did you get resentful when people were not being there for you when you needed them? Or how were you able to manage it if you were not resentful? And if you were resentful, how did you manage the situation?
Uh, I think I think what I've just answered now answers this question. I'm just gonna answer it differently though.
Okay.
So with me, I never wanted to get the picture of being different. You know, because if the moment I steal it in my mind, that would imply that I'm already
Mhm.
letting the mindset take over, and I'm already letting things to run over me. You know, I've been with a whole lot of amputees out there, and I've always asked myself like, what, how different am I from them?
Mhm.
How different my mindset is, because all we're thinking about is like, um, how can the government help us? How can a lot of people help us? We're expecting the whole lot of people to come into our space. You know what I mean? But I'm saying we because I'm in the situation too. I'll never separate myself from the fellow amputees or fellow physically challenged people. But for me, I never really take into consideration that somebody else owes me their presence in my life. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If for instance you have your own matters and then I have a problem, I need you. I have to understand that you need to attend your own matters first. You put yourself first so that you can be pure when you help another person.
Wow.
So I guess I never. Ah, I don't know, man. I know you all the questions expecting something else. I'm like, um, in terms of like people who are always needed, they were always there. My mom was always there. My family was always there for me. Even when like I thought like I'm strong, but they were there the whole time. Even today, they're like, um, I always talk to my mom. She always knows that that's my last born. That's my boy. He'll always be a young boy to me, and that's how I actually um instill the mindset of whoever who is in my life have roles, you know, and then
Hmm.
I know even if maybe I need like of something, I know who to go to, but I don't expect that person to cooperate 100% because I know that I'm stepping into their toes, and now I'm invading their privacy. Now they have to like give me attention. I'm not really expecting them to really give me that 100% um, help, but fortunate enough, I have real friends. I have real people around my circle, and I managed to make like my circle really small. You know, but yeah, yeah. I guess.
Okay, so you said something about believing in possibility, yeah?
Yeah.
And in Africa, we're religious in nature, and at the same time, so let's say we have different perception when it comes to religion and all that. What would you talk about when you mean believe in possibility? How does an individual believe in possibility?
Um, believing in impossibilities, it start with the mindset and
Hmm.
the language with the universe. The universe
Hmm.
doesn't have the intelligence of listening to the language that we speak as humans. So what they do is that the universe listens to the law of attraction. So it
Hmm.
frequency. So as people, as humans, we don't understand that there's frequencies. And as a person, you have the energy that releases frequency. So I believe in that. Like when every time I speak to the universe, I use the powers to actually talk to it via the frequencies. For instance, I'd say in the next 5 years, I want to have my own dance company. I want to have my own um, maybe marketing company, or I want to have my own um, orthopedic company. I want to have my own whatever that I want. Already, I have to instill it in my mindset, take it into consideration that constantly thinking about it, I'm actually attracting it to be closer to me.
Wow.
You know, it's fascinating enough. Today, I was actually thinking about um, which car do I want next year? What you know? And I was thinking about the Mercedes coupe, and I was closing my eyes inside a taxi, and I brought it into me. I was like, I thought I was thinking about it, closing my eyes, and then at the Roberts, I opened my eyes. When I look outside, it was parked next to me, you know,
Wow.
and oh, what is happening? Like like that. That's actually my crack code. A lot of people tend to say, "But so how do you do it?" And I'm like, it's not something that you can switch. It doesn't have a switch. It's something that you need to
Hmm.
correct. Meaning you earn what you actually thinking about. That is
Hmm.
life. We have a lot of people who are in a poor situation. They tend to be more poor. Because of the mindset that they're getting. You know what I mean? If you get like
Hmm.
somebody who thinks like a billionaire in a poor family, that person tends to do what? That person tends to stand out in the family. You know? So I guess that's what I've been actually using. Yeah, I've just revealed my secret. That's the top one. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. So there's another question. The other question is this, So we have people who are struggling right now with the fact that they realize they can't see ever in their lives anymore. They realize that they weren't like this, they weren't born like this, but now they're facing it. What advice would you give to people in such situations?
Uh, so I'm talking to people who are starting to give up in life, or like they don't have options to life.
Exactly.
Which one? The
Both of them. Let's say those who are giving up and those who feel like how can they cope with the new reality they found themselves in with the fact that they are disabled in certain areas of their life?
Okay. It's pretty simple to get um into a person's mind, but I believe that as humans we live in a space where a choice can manipulate everything that you do, can manipulate a choice.
Wow.
So I wouldn't say a lot of people who are in like deeper um life situations, struggling and all, they put themselves in there. But I'd say it's the choice to actually take yourself out of it. I can say 100 words, 100 motivational words like, oh, you and that and that and that and that. Believe in yourself. Don't believe in impossibilities. Do that and that. Dream about this. Write your goals down. Write your missions down. Dream big. I can say all of those things. But what you need to know is that whatever the situation you're in, just know that you are very special. Because if you were not special, you were not gonna be on this earth. You were not gonna
Hmm.
be on this earth right now. Believe me that when I tell you that every person when you are born, like God gave you a purpose. So our purpose is actually like our mission actually on this earth is to find our purpose. So if you find your purpose, you know what you are, what what do you need, what do you want, and like life is just gonna open up to you very easily, because you'll be doing what you were asked to do on this earth. Nothing will stand in your way. I mean, like if okay, yeah. So the other thing I would say is that like um, be careful of how you constantly think. You know, uh,
Hmm.
I used to
Yeah. Could you say that again? Be careful of what?
be careful of how you think,
Hmm.
because already what you're thinking is affecting your life. It's either possible, positive or negative. So what you need to be careful about is how you feed your soul, how you feed your mindset with whatever that you're thinking. I know the external forces already affect us. I know with me, the day I started dancing, I knew I was actually getting myself into something else. I was signing myself into something that is going to come with challenges. So already I'm like, whatever fail that is coming, I already have a solution. Even I don't have a solution for it, but I already have a solution because I know that, for instance, right now I really hated to do ballet. I really hated to do ballet classes, but the company I'm at right now, they were like, "How about you do one-to-one?" It's because I was constantly thinking about the solutions, but it didn't come in my mind. But the universe attracted the solution from the other person. So that actually implies that whatever the situation, problem, or the life aspect that you're in, just think about the possibilities. Think about,
Wow.
and when you think about it, don't think about it in the future tense. Think about it in the present tense. For instance, if you want the car, imagine the car that if you are in the house, the car is outside always. Remind yourself like, oh, where did I put my keys? Oh, yeah, I forgot something. I forgot my shoe in the trunk. I need to go and get the trunk. That's like whatever that you do, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but it works. 100% it works. So whatever the situation the person might be in, they must know that they're very important. And
Hmm.
if, for instance, I know I've been following you and I see like your followers are mostly Africans, you know.
Yeah.
Listen, Africans, you must know that you are privileged, you know, because the nature doesn't go opposite ways with you.
Mm,
You like you can get a connection from a simple tree,
mm,
but you'll never know
mm,
how you connect with a tree. You know, take your 5 minutes, walk barefooted on the grass or on the soil just to connect. You know, that's where you actually throw up the all the energy that the universe is actually offering us. You know, yeah, I don't think
wow.
stop.
Wow. Wow. I'm really learning a lot right now. Really learning a lot right now.
Yeah.
They said something that nature doesn't go opposite against you. Wow, that's really deep. Thank you so much for that. So now we have two last questions. The the other question is this. When Africa and in African, you know what it feels like to be an African, you know what it feels like to go through things. So in what advice, let's say in short terms here, let's put it in short words. How can you tell an individual how can they make use of the disadvantage to their advantage? So they find themselves in a situation that is not complex then. In simple words, how can they make use of their disadvantage to their advantage?
To get funding.
No.
Uh,
Okay.
can I put my headset and then you can rephrase the question? I'll do that.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good.
Oh yeah,
Good.
yeah, yeah. I
Good.
can hear you now. You can rephrase the
Okay.
question.
So so I'm saying in simple words, what what advice would you give to people? What would you say? How can people make use of their disadvantage to their own advantage? In simple words.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I've been getting that question and I never had an idea of how to answer it until today. So apparently you are getting high classified answers today. Hey, hey. So basically, what happens is that the moment you think about the disadvantage, it's already a disadvantage. Already when you think
Hmm.
about it, like, oh, I'm um I'm I'm um I'm physically challenged, then you're gonna see that. Trust me, you're gonna see that all your life. So
Hmm.
what I'd say to physically challenged people, if you can't get away from the image, it's okay. But I wouldn't advise you to use it at your own advantage. You know, it's life cheating. It's really not a good thing. But turning it into a positive stuff, I'd say make it your point that you become a better person in life so that you can save thousands of lives. Because a lot of people, when they see you on the street, they see an inspiration. I don't know how, but that's what they see. So with you being cleaned up, with a positive mindset, working, living a normal life, um, hustling by yourself or studying, doing that, already you're doing a lot for a lot of people. A lot of people will never tell you that, oh, you inspire me, but they'll admire you from
Hmm.
far, you know. So you'll be saving a millions of lives without you even knowing. But by doing what? By just living your life, by just, inspiring yourself every day. Like waking up, go to school or go to work, come back home, do the routine again or do whatever that you do, but positive at all times. Don't ever thought, oh no, this is what I need to do. Oh my god, I don't have an arm. Don't be like, oh my god. There's nothing that annoys me. Let me tell you a story. So there was this other time back at home in South Africa. I was driving and then I got into a robot. It turned red. I stopped. And then there was this other amputee guy. He was standing next to the robot asking for money. So his board, it written, I don't have legs. Please give me money. I was like, oh, okay, this should be interesting. And then you know what I did? I was like, okay, I called him. I'm like, hey, let's go. Um, over there. I will park there, and then you come to me, and then I'll give you money, you know. And then I was like, oh, cool, all right. And then I parked. He haven't seen the physical me. He haven't seen what's going on. So I parked, and then I waited for him to come, and then he went. He was just standing next to my window, and then I was like, okay, cool. What do you need? He's like, I need money for food. I'm like, oh, you don't have money? Yeah, okay. I took 100 rand, and then I gave him, and I'm like, can I speak to you a little? And he was like, yes. I was like, the minute I stepped out, he started crying.
Wow.
What are you crying for? Why? I never did something wrong. You know, me stepping out, I'm just showing you that you can be a better version of what you're doing now. Like, this is not you. You know what I mean? Don't use, this is where the people use their disadvantages as advantages.
Wrongly.
Yeah, it's like, that just like, you know, when I saw your burnout, I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna go through this again? Because like, if no one is saying it, if I'm not saying it, a lot of people are not gonna say it. So the thing of like using your disadvantage to your advantage, it's not really valid. You know, it's just about doing the life hacks, just doing the wrong things. You know, you just taking yourself down. You know, and this thing of like, um, I just hate the the idea of like generalizing things, you know. But at
Hmm.
some point you have to do it. I know for some reasons, but don't use your situations to manipulate other people's mindset and to make them
Hmm.
feel that they owe you their presence in life, you know, in your life. You know, it's just about yourself. You know, you came to this earth, you have a purpose. You know what I mean? And again, there's a reason for everything. There's a reason for everything that happens. There's a reason why we couldn't speak last night. Maybe last night I was not.
Hmm.
The real reason why we couldn't speak last night is that after I told you that I can't speak today, I have a performance. I had an injury on my ankle, and
Wow.
I was not thinking straight. So imagine
Wow.
I'm gonna speak, and then just to like brush off things so that you can finish with your day at time, I have all the time in the world. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Get it.
Wow.
So I'm saying like everything happens for a reason. The reason why
Hmm.
today I'm an amputee is I have to touch lives. That one I got it. I was like, this is my purpose. Then I'm gonna use it. You know, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna leave my life into it. And you know what a purpose does? A purpose, it connects you to everything that you do. If you find a,
Hmm.
if you say your life is, you want to be a traveler, you want to travel the whole world. Then if you connect with your purpose will take you through the corners of the world. You know what I mean? And like, just knowing the fact that everything happens for a reason, it comes with acceptance. Before you accept yourself, then something wrong is gonna happen. That's where you're gonna hang on to things like, oh my God, I need to get a disability grant from the government. Oh my God, I need to do one, two, three. You know what I mean? And then,
Hmm.
yeah, there's a lot that you can do with your life. You know, I was years back, I think like 2 years back, I was planning to actually take down the mindset of all the disabled people needs to get money. Why? Like, let's just get them, challenge them, give them free education at least, not money. Because if you give them money, you are trapping them down. You're like, okay, depend on me. Don't do anything with your life. You deserve to sit down, get money every month. Don't do anything. Withdraw the money. It's not even enough to buy you a car. You know what I mean? So how are you gonna live as a person thinking about getting something from the government? Instead, what I'm gonna do is that like I'm gonna change the whole mindset. We're gonna use that money. I was like, that's free money. We're gonna make money with that money. You know. So I'm gonna
Wow.
have like my own school, and in that school, I'm going to like make sure that the dominating percentage of people who are participating or working in the school will be people who are physically disadvantaged. You know, so it's like all of them, we're gonna have our money back. Like, hey, let's apply for the government grant, right? And then with our money, we're going to use it at our advantage. How? We're going to take money
Hmm.
and help the charity organizations around. That is going to decrease our taxes, ain't it? So with that, it's going to help us to actually take our company into greater heights because we'll be less taxed. You know what I mean? And again, we'll be like, with that money, we're returning it to the government via helping other people with it.
People. Wow.
Yeah, I think, yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
Wow. I think you. Thank you so much. I think you answered the other question while you were answering the other question. So I want to say thank you very well. And I really hope that we'll one day have you in Nigeria one day to help other people with structural resilience abilities as well. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so
Like your
much.
head.
Thank you so
I want to get it too.
much. I think I could probably maybe, are you in Africa? Where are you now?
Right now, I'm in the UK.
Okay, in the UK, I could find a way to get it to you actually. I could find a way to get it to you. So I could make something like this. One is color.
Yeah, yeah. I would get any color,
Okay.
like the steez on it.
Okay. Okay, I'll get it for you then. I'll get it for you. I'll just get your address and then get it to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Okay.